Hello. Okay, this video is about self-defense, about Bruce Lee, about some of my advice for other transgender people. I strongly recommend that you love Bruce Lee with all your heart. Bruce Lee you need to carry Bruce Lee around inside of your heart everywhere you go. Okay? Because thing is that, the world, it's kind of like I've been watching documentaries about the Legionnaire, the French Foreign Legion, and it's like the toughest military in the world, and once you're a Legionnaire, they don't take any crap. You have to get up when they say get up, you have to go when they say go. And it just reminded me, that's a lot what it's like being transgender, It's like when I went on hormones, I had to sign a paper saying, do you realize what's going to happen? Like your penis is going to shrivel up and not work the same way. Your skin's going to get all soft and bruise easy. Some people are going to hate you. You're going to lose friends and lose family, but you're going to gain friends and gain family. And there's just the wisdom in that. It's one of the most memorable moments of my life. The wisdom in that forum was outrageous. Every word of it's true, It talked about how it's, dangerous. People commit suicide. People get murdered. You're more likely than any kind of human to get osteoporosis and breast cancer. And it's just there's a lot of huge dangers. It's a dangerous thing to be in a dangerous world when you're a transgender, especially a trans woman, especially a black trans woman. There's even one more tier of danger above me, and that's a black trans woman, but I'm right up there at the top, and all the rest of the humans are below me. It's the most dangerous thing you can be, practically. Unless you're some gang member going around picking fights and flashing gang signs and stuff like that, Those guys probably they're gonna get it too, It's kind of like that. It's not like a gang, but the violence and potential dangers. So that's why it's kind of like there's more to it than that, It's it's dangerous, but yet you can't be too scared because you'll lose your ability to be feminine, And then they'll win. It's it's kind of like now you have enemies, and if you get too mad and too angry, they win by default. So you can't do that. So one of Bruce Lee's big messages is to be like water, to be the nature of water. He means to be calm, five guys are coming to kick your ass, and you're not scared, your heart's not beating, you're not breathing hard, you're just and then they go to kick you, boom, you didn't know they were going to kick you there, but boom, your hand was there because you're trained, but you're the nature of water, okay? That's what you have to do. Water is a feminine energy, okay? There's Kung Fu and Gung Fu. Kung Fu is the assertive masculine martial arts, and Gung Fu is feminine self-defense martial arts. Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's martial arts, is a feminine form of martial arts. It's a very feminine approach. Okay, so it fits right in as a woman. Okay, if you're not a trans woman but you're a cis woman, most of this applies to you too. Okay, so the thing is if you go around because you're scared, and so you're being tough because you're scared. I don't take any shit from anybody, And by the way, if I might swear in this video more than any of my other videos, so not for young children, okay? Anyway, so if you do that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna men aren't gonna be attracted to you, and people are gonna lose respect for you, and you're not gonna look as cute and feminine. You're not gonna feel as cute and feminine and authentic. You know, like for me, like when I watch horror movies, I have to cover my eyes and I cry. It breaks my heart. Sometimes I can't watch the rest of the movie. When people get in car wrecks, it breaks my heart. When crimes happen with you, like I'm a very sweet, sensitive person inside. And I can't handle, like if I had to beat someone up or even kill someone in self-defense, it would break my heart. But in the heat of the moment, I can't think like that. I have to just, without any feeling, just the nature of water, without any fear, without any conscience or reserve or any feeling, I have to boom, 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 maybe even kill them and not think about it. Okay? Without any feeling or emotion. Okay? I mean, like Bruce Lee says, don't think, feel. And that's true, It is an emotional thing, but it's like an emotional thing that replaces a mass. It's an emotional thing that replaces thinking, because as soon as you think, it takes, if you think 4 words, that took 4 seconds to think it. But if you feel it, you don't have to translate it into words, so it can happen instantly. So you feel everything, and you're trained by feel, not by words and language. Okay, and you're the nature of water, you're not scared. Okay? So, like there's times when, like at first I used to get people looking at me from across the room like they just hated me, and I'd be like, wow. It's like, whoa, I wasn't used to, I thought, you would think, when you live life and appear to be cisgendered or you're cisgendered, you think that you know what it's like, but you don't. And you realize that when you first come out of the closet and you're living full-time trans, you realize, wow, I didn't know what it was like to be hated like I thought I did, but because people will be looking at you like they hate you, and you can feel their hatred, and you're just like, at first you're scared, but that fuels it, it's like it's part of the power of attraction. If you're positive things happen. If you're negative things happen. But there's a third part that people don't talk about, and that's that if you're afraid, you'll attract violence. Okay? Because the truth is, being violent is a cowardly thing to be. A true valiant warrior is the nature of water. You're not a bully. That's not what you do. You're the nature of water. Okay? When they're a bully and they're hating people and hurting people, they're cowards. It's cowardly. Going around hating people and hurting people is for cowards. For cowards. Okay? And cowards are attracted to weaker things because they're cowards. So when you're afraid, you're attracting violence to you. Okay? So what I've done is I've developed the ability to have the devil in my heart and soul. And if someone's like, if I look and there's like 5 guys and I can tell they don't like me, and I heard them say something, I can tell they're making fun of me, and one of them's biting their lip because they're about ready to laugh, but they want to wait till I walk past them or something, and you're a little bit worried they're going to beat you up, I just let the devil just overtake me, And like if they dare to look inside of my eyes, and sometimes they do, they're not going to see a soul. They're just going to see dark death and pure evil. And nobody dares to fuck with me now, because I have that ability. You can feel it. It's like, wow, she's not scared, and I didn't see a soul in there. I just saw like dark death and satanic evil, and I was like, it's like, never mind, sorry, boom, they're cowards. They don't dare to. Okay. So you gotta be the nature of. I don't know if you need to listen to Arch Enemy or Slayer. Right now I'm listening to Slayer. Get the ability to have the devil. The devil's not real. It's a fictitious character. But we know what that means. It's a fictitious character that we all relate with. It's like a spiritual symbol that represents a realm we go into. It's one of the tarot cards, and the tarot cards are the map of the universe, the devil card, The devil card isn't all bad. It isn't all bad meanings, but it does have a component of what I'm talking about. You got to have that ability to bring that card out into your persona at that moment, That'll your calmness will make you react better. It'll make you do your things, okay? As far as your things, so like Jeet Kune Do, It's about you develop a stance, you know, how you stand, you know, and then once you've got a stance, and you got your balance, and you're in shape, and you practice, now you need to accumulate tools. Tools are things like, boom, left jab is a tool. Boom, right uppercut is a tool. You know? Boom, hook is a tool. Those are tools in Jeet Kune Do. I have a playlist called Self-Defense. It's especially for women. I'll put it in the description box so you can just go straight to it as a link. Learn some tools. I've got a whole bunch of tools on there, okay? Learn some tools so you have that, so you know, like, you know you have something. But part of Jeet Kune Do is coordination. Having things, knowing things, and being a little bit practiced, but you don't really have it down like second nature. You don't have that coordination yet. Part of Jeet Kune Do would be to practice it all the time. So that's kind of there's some flaws in the system I'm teaching you right now. You know, you can make it so it doesn't have flaws by practicing. Get a heavy bag, go jogging. You know, get tough and get ready. Ooh, I sounded like Trump there. That's not what I mean. Yuck. But anyway, so you know, you got to be ready. Because you're trained and you have that coordination. But if you, like, for me, like when I see like 5 guys, sometimes I've already murdered 3 of them before they've talked to me in my imagination. You know, you're just always practice in your mind. You know, you're like, oh, ooh, I'm in a room, there's 5 guys, they might hate me, they might want to kill me. You know, train your mind to, there's a weapon over there, I could grab that and kill at least 2 of them. You know, and like, be ready, you know, and it's part of Jeet Kune Do. You say kill, you know, you have to be ready to kill people, but it's not like you're a murderer. You're not the bad guy. You're the good guy. And the word kill just represents the worst case scenario. Okay, like I believe in reincarnation. When I see bugs on the floor, like when I see an ant walking across the sidewalk, I step over it. You know. Like if I see a fly, I swat it off. If there's a bug in the house, I scoop it up and throw it outside. I do everything in my power not to kill anything. Sometimes I feel guilty walking on grass because I'm worried it'll break the petals of the grass, you know? And like if I get a tree and I tear off the branch of a tree, I ask the tree, please, can I have this little twig I'm going to break off, you know? Please don't be mad, I just would, you know, I'm hoping I can have it and you're going to be okay because it can grow back, right? You know? Like, I don't want to hurt anything, but there's a reason when there's a poisonous spider or snake in your room, there's a reason we go, ah! It's because we have a right. It's our right to kill things that are going to kill us in certain circumstances. If there's a poisonous snake or a poisonous bug, you have a right to, and it's in your room, your house, you have a right to either kill it or get rid of it. Okay? And if somebody's in a situation where you're in danger, you have a right to defend yourself, and if it comes to killing them, you have a right to kill them. Okay? So that's part of it too, because what can happen with part of the danger of being transgender is the political thing. You know, you might have some conventional Christians or some conservative Republicans or, you know, some religiosos or some Muslims or something, you know, that they're allowed to hate you and even believe you deserve to die, and they believe they're going to be rewarded. You know, the Muslims imagine, you know, I'll hate them, I will kill them, and then when I go to heaven, all these virgins will suck my dick. You know, it's like they get in their little world they live in, they get rewarded for hating us and killing us, and they're not going to feel guilty, and they're going to go to their people and say, I saw this transgender person, I hated them and I killed them. They're, yay, you're such a good saintly person, you know. Oh, you're just so holy and wonderful, you know. So like, you know, these people believe that Jesus wants them to do it, you know. So they can deny you a job, they can deny you a house, they can show callousness and coldness and hatred towards you, and they don't feel guilty about it. In fact, they believe that Jesus wants them to do it, and they're going to get rewarded in heaven. So like that's a pretty mean enemy, you know. And then a lot of them are Trump supporters. So like the thing about politicians, if you look at some videos on politics Politicians are just puppets. There are puppets. The puppet master is money, so the things that we buy, and vote. So the reasons, the things they can say that make us vote for them. So you'll never know if Trump really hates transgender people or not, but his people hate transgender people. So for him to win their vote, he has to hate us and encourage laws and stuff that hate us. Okay, so you might have they might not even be religious, they might just be Trump supporters, and they all huddle together and but the trans woman's not a woman, they don't give birth to babies and they're not born with a vagina, and like they're not trying to love us and they're not trying to understand us. They don't care. When you say third gender or cisgender, in one ear, out the other, they didn't even hear you say that in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay? So they're a mean-ass customer, and sometimes it gets creepy and scary. And they get to teach it to their children, and again, Jesus is supporting them and loving them in their imagination. Not the real Jesus, The real Jesus would never do that, but they don't know they're not educated on the Bible. They're not educated on any of the things they say. They don't know who wrote the Bible. I have a playlist on that. They don't know anything about the culture of the people that's telling the stories, that's saying the things they're saying in the Bible or anything. But they're just like militantly, cherry picking and raping and pillaging everybody who disagrees or is different when it comes to certain things. And this is one of those things. The world, 100 years ago, there was like barely 1 billion people. Now there's like 6 billion people. We don't need to make babies. The reason people in the past killed LGBT people is because we couldn't make babies. And they needed, as many babies as possible to promote the religion. Because a baby is like an instant convert, So it's all completely out of date, What we need is love. And more LGBT people just means more. So we know we're the good guys. We know we're not a sin. And we know we don't deserve anything bad to happen to us. So don't be too scared and don't be too hateful because you're the good guy, because you might attract something through the laws of attraction, some violence because you're afraid, or who lives by the sword dies by the sword. This isn't about living by the sword. This is about being the nature of water. It's about watching Bruce Lee movies. I have a big Bruce Lee poster in my room over there, okay? So it's like, like there's these people, they will cut you, and what are you gonna do when someone rapes you, some stinky redneck, and you got their stink all in your mouth, and they raped you and everything, and now they're cutting your fingers off, and you're like, and they're fucking your pieces and burying it in the ground, and and like, what are you gonna do then, So it's like too late then. You have to have some kind of defense, you know what I mean? And you can't be scared. That's what a lot of my videos are going to help you with that. You got to keep positive. You got to keep love. You got to keep in focus. You're the good guy. You can't let any of this poison you. But at the same time, in a nature of water, Bruce Lee kind of a way, we love Bruce Lee. We love him. And he's in our hearts, and we take him with us everywhere we go. Okay? We watch all his movies. We have a poster. It's the Yan Sui way. It's the way. It's the way. It's the way. Attention, transgender people. Sergeant Angie, and I will please address I don't know how to talk in the military language, but I'm saying this as like the sergeant of the transgender people. I'm not representing you. I'm just saying, like. If a group of us were all gathered together, I'm 6'3". I'm not scared. I probably would be the toughest one there, predictably. And I'm telling you, just shut the fuck up and listen to me. You're breaking my heart and scaring me. Well, fuck you. That's what I mean. The Legionnaire. The French Foreign Legion. Okay. You signed up for the French Foreign Legion, and now you're going to be scared? You're not allowed to be scared. You can't do that. You got to be brave. You got to be ready to beat people up. But don't sell yourself out, because if you're too tough and too badass, men aren't going to be attracted to you. You know, now they've just won on a level because now you scared all the men away. Now you're masculine and you look like an asshole and like a man. Now, you know, so like, and then another thing is like the hormones. Now you have girl skin and girl hair and girl feelings, and you're all sweet and emotional, and you got boobs, you know, and you know, now you're a girl, but guess what? They think you're not a girl. They think you're a man. So some man's gonna come and beat you up. You know, a cis woman, the men are gonna be like, oh, look, that man's beating up a woman. They'll run over and protect you. But if some man's gonna beat you up and you're a trans woman, they don't think you're a woman. They're just gonna let him beat you up. No one loves you. No one's here to protect you. No one cares. If you're mad or scared and you're getting the shit beat out of you, they probably are gonna watch it, and it's gonna be like watching. They'll probably have popcorn going, watch this trans woman is getting beat up. And this man in a dress is getting beat up, you know? What kind of a man is that? And then if you self-defend yourself and kill them because they like pull out an axe, they're gonna kill you, and you block the axe and chop their neck and they're bleeding to death, and you beat the shit out of them and now they're dead. There's all these eyewitnesses. Now you go to prison and Trump wins the election or something. So now they're gonna throw you in with the men. You got boobs. You're this, you know, you're like, I mean, these men, they're already raping other men, and you know, because they can't get a woman. Now you're like looking at them in the face, and you're like, oh, hi. And some of them you're attracted to. So one of them becomes your boyfriend and protects you a little bit, but then you realize he's a fucking psycho killer, and he gets mad one day and beats the shit out of you. By then you have an STD. So now you get out, you've got the shit beat out of you, you've been raped 300 times, and you've got some STD for the rest of your life. You might as well just be dead, you know? It's just like, you know, you're up against a lot, and it's you like, if your family supports you, you at least have maybe they create, like there's some trans people, like their mom and dad love them, and you know, they have this place they can go, and of people that love them and support them, and they can run away in that little world. You know, I don't have that, you know. My family's Mormon and narcissists. They're like all, no one likes you. They're just like, everybody hates you. Just verbally abusing the fuck out of me. I can't even hang out with them. They're just Jesus Christ, and just like, just like, you know, I can't hang out with them. That would be self-abuse to treat myself that way. I have nowhere to go. If you have somewhere to go, you at least have that much. But as soon as you walk out the door, like even people that you'll realize this after a while. People that supposedly love you and care about you, you'll realize after a while they don't think you're a woman. They think you're a man. They were just being nice, you know. And it's just like it's you against the world when you're transgender. And other transgender people, they're competing with you. I'm more feminine, I'm more passing than you, I'm more feminine than you, you know? I mean, some of them are going to have enough spiritual wisdom and sophistication and maturation to not be like that, but some of them, you know, they're just, if you suffer, they're just like, oh, you know, it just adds to their ego. I would have known better. You know, it's like, listen to her voice. It doesn't even sound like a woman's voice. I sound exactly like a woman. You know, it's like, if like you might be surprised, and you might end up having, like me, nowhere to go, nowhere to run. You know, nowhere to hide. You got to be ready to. If you can't beat up 5 men in a room, you might not make it one day. You know, you gotta be, so you have to, the only way out is, you know, the only way to do this is, Bruce Lee's dead. You know, if he was alive, he might hate trans women. That'd be heartbreaking, but right now we'll never know. So you can make believe he loves you, and he's on your side, and you can bring him with you, okay? So, toughen up, women, bitches, fuck them, fuck them. And then, you know, do I swear in my other videos? No. When you're in that evil in your eye mode, you know, you got to say the F word. You got to say, fuck this shit. What the fuck? But look at my videos. You can't. That's telegraphing, not in a telegraphic way. But you have to have it. It's scary, you know, when a woman has another side and she's mad. Men are scared of that. You have to kind of have that because it's like, to them, you're a woman in ways, but they don't want. They're not in touch with that. They're in denial of it. They just keep drilling in their head in the name of Jesus Christ that you're a man. So they're, you know, no one's there to protect you. No one's there to help you. You got to fight these battles bare-knuckled by yourself.